Welcome back, everybody, for another Factorio video. This is episode number 3 of Factorio Diggy. Spoiler alert, news at 11. We're still digging. Hopefully now we can dig a little bit faster, because we've got robots. We did a little bit of this last episode. We learned that all this darkness that is beyond the rock wall here, this is not just terrain you can't see, this is terrain that is yet to be generated. It's literally not there. It's the void. So we can't do a massive swath with the deconstruction planner to try to mine it all out because it doesn't even exist yet. It has not been rendered by the game engine until we dig out the wall that is actually visible. So the only thing we can really do to speed up the robots is to do a wider section at a time and let the robots have at it. They are a little bit slow. Currently, the mining's robot speed is set at 9. I'm not sure exactly what's influencing that. Oh, we have some new technology, by the way. I've researched some laser turrets. I don't know if our power system can quite support it right now. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. We have more power available than we're using, but it's not that much total. We need way more steam engines. We're producing a lot of solid fuel, so we can definitely support it. Fly robots! Alright, let's try this again. Let's get the robots going on a wide swath of wall. There we go. Oh, yes. Yeah, power held up just fine. So, anyway, there is a huge chunk of the base that has just spontaneously burst into existence. It's time to plug it in. We got some blue circuits down yonder. We need to plug in the copper to get turned into cable. And then the plastic goes there, green circuits go there. And I think I already plugged in Mr. Sulfuric Acid. I did. Very good. Those guys go there, those guys go there. This is a partial build because it just takes too long to clear out everything. And we don't have enough resources to run all this stuff anyway. Are we getting... I guess we should check the red circuits first. Direct insertion. Yep, okay, so this guy's about to be done. And as long as I see that there's stuff in here, I'm going to say, okay, it's working. Hooray! And an autosave. Fantastic. By the way, whenever I need to put things a little bit closer together and we don't have room for as many walls, I put down the bricks underneath to help reinforce the roof. There's a blue circuit. All right. There is all kinds of stone, and I skipped. I could have built this thing right here, but I decided to leave this iron and copper and all the other stuff exposed so we can mine it later. The thing we're missing the most is stone right now. There's a decent amount running through here. There's these weird ore patches that are like stripes on the ground. And there's more stone over here. I was looking through the config files, looking for some information about the robots. And it turns out that the robot's dig speed, which is listed here, currently it's at 9. That scales with mining productivity. So once we start doing mining productivity, we might actually be able to get some use out of those robots. Blue circuits coming down here. What do we need to turn on now? Oh yeah, the yellow science and the purple science. We're very low on stone, and purple science requires a lot of stone. So we got to start mining that stuff up before we can do much actual research. But let's just make sure everything is working. What is this? Oh, this must be blue circuits, which are just now starting to come down the line. I'll connect all the belts, then we'll run back through and see that everything's working. A little bit of spaghetti because we're very cramped right now. It's a lot harder to expand, and we've got to work around all these walls. We'll just go from left to right, I guess. Obviously, the bricks are getting made in the furnaces, which are getting plugged into these guys to make more furnaces. That's getting crafted. That's good. These guys making prod modules. And down here, I guess we have not too much of stone. We're not getting sticks. Oh, because I see why. All right. Oh, okay, so in this instance, I will do something like this, because I need an inserter right there. All right. And we are going to have a hard time keeping up with the stone. But I guess for now, since I haven't done... the belt's just been sitting there. We had some backed up. We have purple science getting made. Fantastic. Okay, let's run. Maybe that was the purple science. Let's do the yellow science from the right to the left. Low density structures. Low density structures. That belt goes up and around. Then we've got, it's a little bit more spread out, but it's basically my bootstrap blueprint. I just had to spread things out because of the constraints of this particular system. Ooh, that's right. Okay, I was like, we're not getting materials. That's because I didn't connect the iron plates. Now you should be getting made. In a second. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, lubricant. I don't think I ran a lubricant pipe. Alright, so let's see. That needs to come in. Wow, it's so cramped. It's so messy. Oh, maybe right about through... let's see, that's going which way? Downwards. Alright, let's do this. So, I can add a little lubricant pipe right here. See if this will fit. We're gonna have to do some creative piping. It needs to get up there, but it needs to wrap around this other side. How about if I do this? Can we go up that way? No, not that far. Okay, we'll do this. Yoinks. Maybe that? Yes. Okay, fantastic. And that needs to get... We still have farther to go. Alright, I think we have it. Bam! Okay, electric engines getting crafted. Those guys are going to go into here. We're missing batteries because... Oh, we're also missing... Right. Sulfuric acid. Needs to come up through there. Alright. We'll do it right here. Just move that to the side. And then a pipe going straight up through the middle. And that's it. Alright, now we're making batteries. Batteries go underneath here. And let's see. I think batteries are the only thing on this particular belt. It's not sharing anything. Because they're getting direct inserted the electric engines and the green circuits and the steel for these guys is on this belt right here. This was kind of tricky right here. I actually had a cave-in, but I wasn't recording, so I didn't capture it on film. A lot of inserters, not much room for walls, and I screwed it up. We had a cave-in. But we repaired the damage, and now it works by putting a lot of extra walls down and the bricks underneath. Okay, I think everything is basically operational. The one thing we're waiting for are the flying robot frames, which are being created. So we should officially have all 6 of the first sciences set up. Well, okay, I found a problem. Give me that coin. So we've got all this stone over here and also coal, pretty good amount of coal, decent amount of iron, all kinds of stuff that's in our way that I'd like to mine up and use in the base, but it's sort of on the wrong side. I think what we're going to do, we're going to mine out a passage to the north and just go up and over all this stuff we've built and just insert it here into our filtration system, which also needs to be expanded. I need to rethink it again a little bit because we need to scale up, and there's just, I guess I just didn't leave myself enough space here. But we need to move it over there. So we're going to dig up and around and also try to expose more of the stone. We need a lot of stone to do this purple science, and we just don't have enough to do it. So we're going to dig up this way, and we are now on the laser turret technology. Oh, by the way, since the robots don't seem to have worked out, I have increased my digging speed just a little bit so that I don't spend 10 million years playing this map, or at least if I do spend 10 million years playing the map, I want to spend it fiddling with builds and trying to avoid cave-ins and not just digging out a passage in the wall. Am I out of walls? That's another reason we need stone. Okay. So one other option we have is to come all the way back here where we haven't been in a little while, and we can spend some of our coins. I currently have 4,500. Mostly I've been spending my coins on, well, I spent it to begin with on wood so we could make small power poles. Then we got some steel. I started making medium and large power poles. And then I've been spending it mostly on bricks to use as reinforcing, since we don't have much stone. Using that to reinforce the builds when I need it, when the walls won't do. Occasionally I've bought walls, sometimes landfill when I need to fill in some water. Because interesting thing about this scenario, you can't actually research and craft landfill. You have to purchase it. But right now, I think what I want are some walls. So let's just bump this up and buy a few hundred, which will take about 1,000 coins. Yeah, okay, that'll last a little while. Now it's time to start expanding some of these partial builds we made at the beginning. I expanded the red circuits down there to the left. Let's switch to the map view real quick. I expanded this a bit. I found more copper. What else did I do? Oh yeah, we finished this thing. I have a belt of mostly stone, but also coal and a little bit of iron going up and over here. So that is fixed, or at least, well, it's basically fixed our stone problem. We are mining too much coal, so I have to keep putting down these chests to scoop up the extra stuff off the chest, or off the belt. Eventually, we're going to need like a big buffer system to deal with stuff going overboard. I have a kind of interesting, fun idea that something I've never really done in Factorio before. We're going to need space to do that, and I don't know if... Yeah, we probably will unlock the tech for it. Anyway, I need to rebuild the green circuits. We're going to expand to a little bit more of a traditional starter bus here. So we're going to need these lines for iron and these lines for copper. And so I need to straighten out some of these kinks. And our green circuit build, for one thing, it only is accommodating one belt's worth. And another thing, let's just go ahead and cut it off because we need to rebuild it. You're cut off, buddy. It is a little bit in the way. All of our smelting is going to be here. And I guess we're going to have to, like, play some hopscotch. Eventually, once this big section is moved out, or is mined out, we're going to move the mining down here, then we're going to mine out this, then we'll eventually replace it. But anyway, this green circuit guy is in the way, so we're just going to cut off, I think, the top section here. And we need to expand it laterally so that we can fit two belts of green circuits. So I think what we'll do, we'll just move it over one. And I'm just going to, why is, oh, I see what I did. Okay, do that. Kerblam, done. I'm just going to move it over little element by little element to make it simpler. Get rid of the power lines as well. Blah, 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 blah. Just like that. Sound effects not necessary for playing, but they're encouraged. Are you going to... Yeah, you are going to do that. Okay, so let's give you an extra one. All right, then we'll do that. No. Okay, let's see how the new system is doing. We don't have a ton of iron or copper coming in, particularly copper, so it's not going to be running at full speed. I just want to make sure, as usual, that everything works right. Appears that it does. Oh, I could add some more of these splitters to balance the two sides. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that looks nice. So that's going up there to the first science. It is really cramped in here. I think the next thing I probably need to do is try to fit in the 4 lines of iron and the 4 lines of copper through this area. In fact, we might need some bricks to help us to do away with a few of these walls if we can manage. And job's done. We now have 4 belts of iron, 4 belts of copper, and all the other stuff. It's extremely messy, and it's going to cause some huge problems with belt balancing because of having to basically do all these underground belts to get past the walls. And so occasionally we might have to remove them with some, I guess, some concrete and some reinforced concrete, this kind of stuff. We're going to have to experiment probably next episode on just what is possible. How big of a gap can we have with the different means of reinforcing the roof without having the whole thing cave in on us, so we can create some different balancers and that kind of stuff. Extend a few of the builds. Plastic is done down over here. When some of these guys start getting to full capacity, like when green circuits here starts getting fully saturated, then we'll just expand southwards. So it's really hard to expand on this map when every little piece of land you have to dig out by hand. So I think what we're going to do, we are going to upgrade to steel furnaces and red belts for our smelting a little bit earlier than I would do in a normal playthrough, because it's just, it's actually faster to upgrade than it is to build a new line, which usually it's the opposite. Usually it's easier to build a new line than it is to upgrade a new line, because upgrading is expensive, but it takes so long to dig stuff out. Even with a very sped up digging speed, this is just going to be better. Basically, we've just doubled. We've gone from 2 normal furnace lines, or 1 normal furnace line for iron and 1 for copper, to 2 of each. So this is all going to have to get upgraded to red belts. And all the way up to here to where the splitters are. That's backwards, okay. And then we will have, well, once it's actually saturated, we'll have double the lines. That'll be good. We're using this little guy, this tunnel. Anything over here we want to mine up, we're going up and over. This is the up and over tunnel. I also dug out a down and around tunnel. That's what I'm going to call it. Up and over, down and around. Because I discovered all this copper here. I was like, oh man, that's a lot of copper, and we need copper pretty bad. I can't find any copper. So let's dig a down and around tunnel. I did that. Boop, 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 boop. And basically right at the end, I discovered a massive copper vein. Really close to where we started, just to the south. So all this iron stuff we are currently mining up. And we have all this copper stuff to mine up as well. And all of the stuff around where, all this balancing stuff, this messy spaghetti of, this is like cracking of item splittage. All this stuff used to have ore underneath it. There's still a little bit here underneath all this. But most of it's been mined out, so we can break this down and rebuild it. But I think what we want to do first, I want to speed up our overall smelting so we can speed up our science. I'm really, really trying to get to... what am I trying to get to? Power Armor Mark II and all this stuff it entails, which is going to speed up so many things. If I could have a personal Roboport for building, oh my gosh, that'd be so nice. Okay, that's looking way better. Let's check out some production numbers. Here's our production tab, all the stuff we're making. Let's switch forward a little bit, maybe like over 1 hour. Here we go. Okay, so these 2 lines here, the iron ore and the iron plates, this is the jump over the past, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes or whatever. Ever since I started upgrading, and I also added more mining, and I selectively upgraded some of the yellow belts, red belts, that kind of thing. But bam, jump! That is a pretty good jump right there. That is having an effect. We're mining out all kinds of stuff now. Things are finally starting to accelerate a little bit. Thank goodness. Okay, so next thing to do, since we're not really using all of our steel anyway, I think what we can do is we can shut off half of it. I'm going to cut off that. And I guess we need to let the solid fuel continue to filter through, so I will cut off this and that. And I will start to pick this up after the items filter out, and then we will start mining up this side. When that's mined out, we're going to replace it and pick up this one and mine out this side. So, I think I've finished all the starter builds, except for green circuits. We're mining out some stuff just underneath them, and then I'll extend downwards and finish that off. And then the oil we're finding, but besides that, and I guess the space science stuff, which I haven't gotten around to yet, I think we're basically there for everything, and now we get to do something fun. I always look forward to this moment. Oh, right, I kind of forgot there. Okay, let's do a little exchange here. You have this, I'll take that. Thanks, bye. Did I take all of them? I did. I always look forward to this moment on any map. It's like the Christmas morning moment. Let's see, we need to go... Where are we going? Down here. I've had some buffer chests sitting around, slowly collecting stuff. I don't know exactly how many of these we need. Let's go ahead and look here. Da-da-da-da, Power Armor Mark II. Skadoosh. Then, let's say, just to get started, let's do 2 exoskeleton Legarinos. And we're going to need way more processing unit for these guys. And then what about this? We're missing batteries. Where did I have the batteries getting collected? Down here, I think. Got a little bit of inventory space. Let's collect like 4 hundo. And then I'm missing gear wheels and red circuits. Okay, oh, gear wheels. Got it. Check mark. All right, and then we need some red circuity-doos. Let's pick up these right here. I'll just sort of stand in the way. Actually, we can do... Oh, I guess I dropped all of my underground belts. I was going to do the underground belt trick to strip them off, but this will do. So to make... I guess we'll just make one of those for now. That'll do. We just want to get started. We want to get started. Make 1 battery, 1 energy shield. We'll fill out the whole thing later. We will want some personal laser defense for sure, which means I will not need to worry about turrets as much. when I'm trying to protect myself. Let's go pick up some of these blue circuits. We need 200 to make one. And I think I'll just make like one of each thing. And of course, I didn't make just one of each little thing. I made the whole set. I just couldn't help myself. Had to fill out the whole power armor. Here we go. We get a nice little inventory size upgrade there. A little bump of 30 spaces, I think. Going to run 3 portable fusion reactors. Then we've got some legs. Let's just put 2 in for now. I only made 1 battery so far. We'll make more later. And I've only got 1 energy shield. And autosave. Hello, autosave. And then the real important thing is the personal laser defense. Yes. Oh, man, this grid feels so small after using modded power armor. 10 by 10. I don't know why there's not a Power Armor Mark III in the game at this point. There really should be. But 7 of those. Let's see how it does. Let's run down here, and maybe we should have a backup for the laser turrets just in case I get into trouble or it's more dangerous than I anticipate. So let's see. If I'm mining out this stuff over here, we'll be out of range of the lasers. But if I get into trouble, we can always call on their assistance. So I'll just do that. And just establish a nice solid wall right there. Alright, there we go. Make sure, let's switch to my combat shotgun, because I haven't really gotten to use that yet either. I think what might actually be real useful for this mod pack, or it's not a mod pack, it's a scenario. What might be real useful for this scenario that I don't use too often is the rocket launcher, which I made one. I haven't started making the ammo yet. Okay, we just need to dig enough to find some aliens. There's some. Yes, okay. At least for the tiny little pockets, I shouldn't have to worry about turret creeping, basically. It'll just make things a little smoother to expand. And then we go far enough, and I guess, let's see. I think we'll power line creep these just to have some power poles so we can put some lights. Yeah, you're dead. That's right. That's right, big fella. You're also dead. You're also dead. How's I guess my energy is doing just fine. We're not really running into any problems so far with the acid leaking away my life essence. I'm kind of waiting until we run into a big cave and see what happens. There we go. Oh, yeah. Come get some. Oh, no. Run away. Run away. Oh, God. It hurts. It stings. Ah. Oh, man. The stuff they spit on the ground, it hurts so bad. We got a little cocky there, but... Oh, okay. Let's not have a cave in. This stuff on the ground, it hurts so bad. And yeah, look at my shield just melt away. I think maybe the different tiers of aliens have different tiers of spit, because some of it seems to hurt way more than other spits. But I think in that little amount of time, I did manage to dig all the way through here. How about that? Land ho, sort of, or cave ho, open space. The ore patches seem to run in these long, strung-out veins, which is kind of interesting. I was sort of thinking we would run into this guy. Maybe he's going to loop around the other side here. Anyway, we have Power Armor Mark II. I don't have to worry about aliens so much anymore. I still can't get cocky, and they are still evolving. We're at 60 out of, I think this goes up to 100. So they're still going to get more dangerous. But we've made major strides in the eradication of the native inhabitants and the taming of its landscape, a.k.a. mining up all the stuff and turning it into little colored potions. And then I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, this is the end of this episode. Next time, we're going to do something about this mess right here. See you later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.